go out at sunrise, chanting, dancing to his name. Haribo, Haribo. He would wake up everyone, rise and rejoice to the name. Haribo, Haribo. Mukunda Madhava, Govinda Hari, Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all you have to do is stay to the sweet chanting Hari's name. Haribo, Haribo. Every day the sun will rise, and every day the sun will set. Haribo, Haribo. What's the value of your life if devotion you don't get? Haribo, Haribo. Take the name into your heart, take it with you when you part. Haribo, Haribo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to taste and give away the sweetness of his brain. Chaitanya.
Welcome, everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hello everybody. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Nityananda Gaurachandra Nityananda Gaurachandra Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Jesus Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Okay. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna, Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama. Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama, Hari Hari, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hari Hari, Hari Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna. Oh my Lord Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Hari Krishna Radha 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 Radhe 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 Radha 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 Krishna 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 Krishna, 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 Gora, 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 Nityananda, 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 Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Sri Advaita, Sri Advaita, Sri Advaita, Sri Advaita, Nityananda, Nityananda, Krishna, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Gora, Gora, Krishna, Krishna, Gora, 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 Krishna, 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 Gora, 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 Krishna, 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 Radha, 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 Krishna, 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 Govinda, Govinda, Madhava, 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 Krishna, Krishna, Govinda, Govinda, Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Lord Krishna. Oh, my Lord Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Woo, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Hari Krishna 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 Oh my Lord Krishna 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Nityananda 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Bhakti Ratnakara. Description of Jiva Goswami's residence in Nandagat. This is in Bhakti Ratnakara. Oh, got 21 people today. Oh, nice. What do we got here? Yeah. Sri Bhagava said that in a lonely place in Nandagat, Jiva Goswami lived for a long time in seclusion. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Once Rupa was writing a book in a quiet place in Vrindavan. It was a hot day. And to dry the sweat from Rupa's body, Sri Jiva would stand beside him and fan him. The beauty of both Rupa and Sri Jiva was bright. The beauty of Rupa and Sri Jiva was bright. Rupa, At that time, Sri Vallabha came to visit Rupa. And when he looked at the Mangalacharya of Rupa Goswami, of Rupa's book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he told Rupa, I shall edit it. When he went to bathe in the Yamuna, Sri Jiva followed on the pretext of taking water from the Yamuna. Although he did not know Sri Vallabha personally, Jiva asked him, what is the flaw in the Mangalacharya? As Vallabha mentioned each point, he felt required correction. Jiva refuted the point by his knowledge of the scriptures. Unable to defeat Sri Jiva in discussion, Vallabha went to Rupa to inquire about the identity of Sri Jiva. Rupa told Vallabha that the young Vaishnava was his nephew and that he had arrived from the village only a few days before. Vallabha Bhatta praised Sri Jiva and told Rupa the details of their discussion on the book. Then Vallabha left that place. Meanwhile, Sri Jiva returned from the river and Sri Rupa scolded him in a very quiet voice. It was very kind of Bhatta to visit me. And for my own benefit, he wanted to edit my book. This much you could not tolerate by your Vaishnava grace. Go back to your home and return to Vrindavan when you will be able to be patient. At once Sri Jiva left that place and headed east towards his home. In the forest, as he did not have permission to return to the association of Rupa Goswami, he lived here in a hut made of leaves. Sometimes he ate a little, and sometimes he ate nothing, while he passed his time in great distress and lamentation. He thought that if he gave up his life, it would be possible to obtain the lotus feet of his Lord. In the course of his travels, Sanatana Goswami came to that village. The villagers came forward to welcome him and asked about his well-being. They informed him that one young and beautiful sannyasi had been living in the forest for a long time, eating only a small quantity of fruits or roots, or drinking water mixed with flour. Knowing that this sannyasi must be Sri Jiva, Sri Sanatan affectionately went to see him. Seeing Sanatan within the patched hut, Sri Jiva could not control himself and fell flat on the ground at Sanatan's feet. The villagers were quite astonished. Sanatan asked Sri Jiva to explain his difficulty, and Sri Jiva very lovingly explained everything. After consoling the villagers, Sri Sanatan left, and Sri Jiva in his hut and went to see Sri Rupa in Vrindavan. Hearing of Sri Sanatan's arrival in Vrindavan, Sri Rupa went out to meet him. Sanatan asked him about the book, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and Rupa said that he had finished writing the book, but the editing was incomplete because of Sri Jiva's absence. Sanatan explained the situation to Sri Rupa and said, Jiva is alive, but he is so weak that even the breeze can rock his body. At once Rupa brought Sri Jiva back to Vrindavan and nursed him affectionately. Everyone. Everyone was happy with Sri Jiva's recovery, and Rupa Sanatan bestowed all responsibility on him. By their mercy, the greatness of Sri Jiva's knowledge spread throughout the world. A Digvijay, world-conquering scholar, once came to Vrindavan and challenged Jiva. If you will not compete with me in debate, then send my Japatri a written paper of acknowledgement of his defeat by the Digvijay. Sri Jiva sent him back with the Japari, but the Digvijay accepted defeat after reading it. The glory of Sri Jiva is beyond description. Then Raghava showed them the hut of Sri Jiva. After they had crossed the Yamuna and passed the night in Suruku village, where Krishna was pleased with the demigods. And there Narottam and Srinivas Narottam and Srinivas. Narottam, Srinivas. Narottam and Srinivas saw many faraway villages. Bhadravana. Leaving Sakura in the morning, they came to Bhadravana. In Adavara Purana, it is written that whoever goes to Bhadravana, the sixth most important forest, becomes single-minded devotee of me. And by the grace of this forest he goes. It was here that Ram and Krishna used to play with their friends. In the Adi Varaha Purana, it is stated, the 11th forest is Badrivana. It is a beautiful place, which is dear to the yogis. Simply glancing at the forest saves one from taking another birth. Getting darshan of Vasudeva in the forest, the best of all, the best forest of all, also saves one from another birth. Any person who takes a bath here, fasts, or controls his senses becomes freed from all sins and goes back to Indraloka. Mhm. When Nanda Nandana was 5 years old, he was very restless, playing in a compound in Nadia, his eyes covered by tufts of hair and decorated with bangles and ankle bells and necklaces. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Oh, let's see this. Shikshamrita by Bhaktivedanta. Oh, it's way back there. Okay. Situation here. Very tight situation. Okay. Chaitanya Shikshamrita by Bhaktivedanta. It's called the first rainfall. Many unfortunate people do not believe in God, for their eye of knowledge is closed. Their eye of knowledge. Yeah. So, see, that's the thing. People don't believe in God because their eye of knowledge is closed. If you connect with a disciplic line, then our eye of knowledge is open. And the disciplic line is basically the scriptures that are that on the level of truth, not religion. Religion is just perpetuated by those speculating on the truth. Like the Pharisees, they didn't understand the essence of knowledge. The Brahmins really don't understand the essence of knowledge. Or you can believe in God on a certain level if you have the Vedas, but you don't understand the deeper levels of Shuddha Bhakti, which is the Lord in his original form. See, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I'm the origin of even the demigods. Krishna is the origin of the demigods. That's his Shuddha Bhakti form. And even the great sages don't know him because I'm the origin of the It's beyond that level. Different level modes of ignorance, passion, goodness, and then liberation. Many great sages might be on that level, maybe, and then the origin. See, Shuddhabhakti, that's the original personality of Godhead. See, original Krishna is, Brahma said, you are the original personality of Godhead. See, the origin of everything. See, the origin of the modes of nature, everything comes from the origin. That's why Vrindavan is considered the origin, original Krishna. When Brahma went to Vrindavan, he says, you are the supreme personality of Godhead. Everything comes from you. Even the modes. The modes are like the reflection of Krishna's transcendental body, of Vrindavan. Everything there supports the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. The transcendental. And everything here supports the material pastimes of the Lord, here in the material level. And it's not very nice because it's bodily, and it's all to do with our false body. That's not who we are. See, we're actually ultimately related to the Supreme Personality of God. So when you take all the coverings off, all the veils off, then you see Krishna. Satchidananda. Satchidananda. What a beautiful words. Sat, eternal, immortal, and Chit, perfect knowledge. See, without this knowledge, we can't even believe in God. A lot of people believe in God, but they believe in the God on the level of maybe the Vedas. But they don't believe in Satchidananda, Lord. That's our mission here, is to introduce the real, original nature of the Lord, Satchidananda. See, so the eye of knowledge you get by coming in the parampara system and you start hearing. And that eye of knowledge matures ultimately into what? The eye of devotion. And then you get revelation. That's why you got to follow the process. You can't jump over it. You can't just jump into Vrindavan. Usually that's what happens. All the Vaishnavas I've seen, they're all trying to jump into Vrindavan. They think, well, let me pretend to be guru. And they're not thinking that. Let me just be guru and then I jump into Vrindavan. No, it doesn't work. Or they just want to jump into the highest pastimes of the Lord without following the process, by being, with an empowered devotee, and going through them, and getting purified. That's how you get your purification. That's why, people cannot advance beyond this Vaidhi level until they are called to be in association with real devotees who have this eye of devotion awakened. So that's the platform we're working on. That's why most Vaishnavas don't understand us. All the way from these gurus, they don't understand what's going on. This eye of devotion, is very rare. What are the qualifications of great sages and how do they reach that status? Well, it's like great sages, it depends on what level you consider great. Well, for example, it's in a story. Stories are easier to understand these things. Madhavinda Puri was an ecstatic devotee of Vrindavan, and some Nityananda also. And so they go on pilgrimage. They didn't meet each other. They go on pilgrimage around the same time, obviously seems to be. And so they go on pilgrimage. They met so many saintly persons. But they didn't become ecstatic in their association. Only when those two met did the symptoms of this highest ecstatic mood and bhav and praying awaken. And they realized, wow, we met so many people So many nice people, good people, sages, doing austerities, worshiping God and everything. But they didn't become ecstatic until they met each other. So it's not, Lord Chaitanya brought something in greater than anything. This level of understanding him is understanding the original form of the Lord, which shows when you can chant the Hare Krishna mantra and spontaneous love of God awakens. It's through those devotees you get that, only through those devotees. See, that's why it didn't work with the Narayan Raj group and Radhakund Babaji's. They may have claimed to be on the highest level. Maybe they believed they were on the highest level. But the demonstration wasn't there. Even though they preach Raganuga, it was only in name only still. Prabodhana talks about that in his poem. He said, unless you meet a rare actual devotee of Lord Chaitanya, then, you'll see just rules and regulations being preached. You'll see impersonalism being preached. You'll see the pious deed path being preached. And you'll see people even talking about the conjugal mellow, but not tasting it and relishing it, which is the only way to really know it. Then those persons can explain it and show you all these different things. Nobody else can. Okay? And that's the level I've seen in the Narayan Raj and Radhakund Babaji's. They're talking about it, see? But not relishing it personally and transmitting it, proving that they actually have it. No transmission in Narayan Raj group, no transmission in the Radhakund Babaji. I seen their best of their devotees, and I wasn't impressed. Yeah. I'm only impressed with persons who can taste transcendental mellows, because that's the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And that's what we're here to preach. We're here to show and demonstrate what Lord Chaitanya's mercy is. Otherwise, this generation will pass away not knowing it. See, like Prabodhananda Saraswati says, only if a devotee who's a bumblebee at the feet of Lord Chaitanya appears before us, we'll see everything else but what Lord Chaitanya brought. And that's what we've seen up to this point. Everything else but what Lord Chaitanya really brought this world. You see them talking about the conjugal, but there's no transmission, no manifestation of it in this world. Oh yeah, bluffing maybe. Oh yeah, but nothing. Proof is if I'm, and I'm really there, and I'm really transmitting on a subtle level, it's actually emanating from me. Well, theoretically, there'd be some change in others, but there isn't, because it's not revealed. It has to be revealed. This platform of worship has to be revealed. Otherwise, there's no revelation of it. And everything goes on without the revelation of why Lord Chaitanya actually comes, because you've never seen another person that has that mercy of Lord Chaitanya, that Lord Chaitanya is actually living in their body, manifesting what he brought here. So nobody knows. That's our situation now. But they do know, even though they don't understand, if they see what's going on here in our Sangha. Replying to Freddie, if some want to tell others you are nothing, say this to guys like that. What was Narayan Raj a great sage? Yeah, you could say he could be in that a great sage category. But still, you could say Daksha was a great sage. Oh, battery's running low. Okay, gotta do something here. I'm all ready for it too, luckily. Okay, there we go. Okay, good. Yeah, but it's not enough. That ecstatic devotion has to be there. Otherwise, there's still some hypocrisy. Even though He may not have known it. He believed he was on that platform, but it didn't demonstrate. So we don't know. But I know because I heard his real revelation and realization, or his realizing, not revelation to me. Revelation is a very deep thing. His realizations, you know, were not on, was not with the power of Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Now, see, that's what Lord Chaitanya brought. I mean, Narayan Raj was austere, and he was a good person. He was a good person. He helped his devotees, or tried to help his devotees. But still, you cannot get over hypocrisy until the Lord is actually living in your body, in that level, in that actually manifested that mercy of Lord Chaitanya. That's why you see we're preaching the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Him and Radhakund Babaji's, they may say they had the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, to some extent of just having knowledge, but with some speculation, because they didn't understand the mercy of Lord Chaitanya is very powerful, man. If you have the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya and you're preaching Raganuga, you're going to have results, because the power of that Lord, the true Lord Chaitanya, will make it so. See, that blessing, I got the blessing of Prabhupada and Krishna, so that this is working. Without it, there would be no result. It wouldn't be authorized. Still, because there's speculation there. You see, it's as it is. He didn't preach as on this level as it is. The mercy of Lord Chaitanya is the only thing people need to know in this Kali Yuga, is what is that mercy? How to get it. That's what we teach here. That's why you heard Lalita's class this morning. She says, how she appreciates her guru and how important it is, how she's gotten Radha's blessing because of recognizing that. See, and how that mercy comes to her. See, it's that good. It's that powerful. But this people don't know. This is why it takes a lot of sadhu sangha, man. And you can't jump over this level. You can see how people who try to do that, and they jump into the frying pan. You see the examples of Johann jumping over Guru. What happens? The result, speculation and all of that stuff. You can say, in a sense, the Narayan Raj group, or even the Radhakund Baba, but say the Narayan Raj group, they cannot jump to Vrindavan, and that's what they kind of do. They jump to the Radhe Radhe and all these confidential bhajans, and they're singing them. Yeah, but there's no ecstatic manifestation. Okay? Because they also need shiksha. They need to come to those who have the ecstatic manifestation. That's proof that they're the recipients of Lord Chaitanya's mercy, is the ecstatic manifestation. Shows you the power is there. The power of Lord Chaitanya is there and being preached. But they don't come. Shows you Narayan Raj could not instill that level of knowledge in them. They can't see what's going on here. Otherwise, why wouldn't the whole group be here? Why wouldn't Shamarani be here? Doesn't she know that it's all about ultimately to taste the nectar in the holy name in ecstasy like we do? She don't know that, does she? Because she's not here. That goes for all of them. They don't taste the nectar. You can look at their activities. You can look at their classes. They're tasting some knowledge level. So they believe in God, that level of believing, but they don't understand the Lord. They speculate on the Lord. Proof that you go beyond speculation is to be like Fanish, coming here and listening and hearing, getting purified, and coming, and God giving her great realizations. And a lot of you are like that. See, the Lord is giving you the mercy to understand the true glory of Lord Chaitanya is here and not there. If you believed it was there and you go there, you would be like them without this ecstatic manifestation. It's just logical, isn't it? If Narayan Raj were the great sage, he would have delivered prema. Well, great sage, see, what level are we talking about here? You could be, people think a great sage could be a liberated soul. Is it, and the Bhagavatam says that's a great sage. There are two paths in the Bhagavatam. One is impersonal, and the other is personal. The personal is stronger because that's the personality of Godhead. That's the highest level of realization beyond the great sage of like realizing Brahman, because there's still speculation there. See, people speculate on Vrindavan. They have no idea how high it is. It is so high that Lord Chaitanya knew if I don't come here, there would be no realization of Vrindavan because it was being forgotten already. Before the Lord came, people were forgetting about Vrindavan. They would, chant Krishna's name, worship Lord Jagannath with rituals and stuff, but they didn't have the Vrindavan mood. It was not manifest. Madhavinda Puri brought it. Very difficult, impossible. And so Lord Chaitanya's devotees made the impossible possible. And we're making it the impossible possible again. You can't do it, but, look at me, because there's hypocrisy in that. What are you showing? Why aren't you showing it? If you're going to go, what are you inferring? That you're raging ecstasy? Where is it? So anyway, even though you could be a good person, that ain't good enough, man. You got to be really, actually, Lord Chaitanya living in your body and doing his transcendental strength manifestation in this world. We are loyal dogs, okay? That's good. Be a loyal dog. Please correct me if I'm wrong, Guru Maharaj. I was thinking lately, being a Vaidhi and regimented and not accepting. My battery ran out in my phone that I broadcast from. Sorry about that. Well, we're back here. Looks like we lost some people. No, we didn't. Yeah, we're back. Yeah, so anyway, it's interesting because our Sangha is like a microcosm a microcosm, small representation of what's going on in Vaishnavism. See? So what happens here is things that are happening there in Vaishnavism, but the difference is if you are one of those that has these tendencies to jump into Vrindavan, it's possible you can get through those obstacles here if you become a real disciple and friend the Guru. There, you don't get through. You can't get through the Narayan Raj obstacle. He's through it. There's an obstacle there for him and his followers. But you see, we have, like Tom, is an example of trying to jump into Vrindavan without coming through the real Guru. He's sort of getting it, and the reason inattentively wasn't really here now, maybe he'll get. It's possible he can get through. There's so many in the Narayan Raj Radhakund Babajis like that. They want to jump into Vrindavan without this kind of shiksha. And they don't come here because they ain't getting in there. Because I see they don't have the symptoms. Narayan Raj, Shamarani is in that lineage of Narayan Raj, and they're all like her. They all, blah, 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 like that, but no manifestation of ecstatic love. They can't get through that obstacle because Narayan Raj couldn't bring them through it. But here people get through it. So we need to discuss this, even though it's unpopular and people don't understand it, but you need to understand it. We need to understand this. Otherwise, you might develop faith in Narayan Raj's path or Radhakund Babaji's path. That was the problem with Bhaktisiddhanta. He didn't get enough into this, and it wasn't time because his leaders were they had name and fame stuff. They wanted to be big cheeses. They wanted material things. They wanted the buildings of Bhaktisiddhanta. All this was going on. There was no room for this level of preaching. We have to make room for it. There's room for it. It must be known. Otherwise, you might think, if I pass away or something, and then all of a sudden you think, Radhakund Babaji or Narayan Raj goes, what are you doing there? We got the real thing over there. You got to see it's not the real thing, man. This is what happened with Bhaktisiddhanta and Prabhupada. In a way with Narayan Raj too, because none of them brought anybody through that. So they disappear. The Guru disappears. And the disciples are scrambling around because all the glowworms come out. The Narayan Raj people will come out, Radhakund Babaji's, ISKCON will come out and test you. Do you know the difference between Vrindavan, Satchidananda, and that, and the imitation, the Sahaja thing there? Can you tell the difference? So we get it straight here now. And if anybody else wants to get this now, they got to come through here because nobody's preaching this. Narayan Raj couldn't preach this. He was too busy holding it back, so nobody knows what real ecstatic love is. And then preaching on the basis of that so-called ecstatic devotion, and he was inconclusive about the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. If you had the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, you would preach that mercy. You would have the power to distribute it. He didn't. He could, that's why I said, nice guy, maybe a great sage on a certain level, maybe, see still the speculation on, I'm a great devotee, I like Rupa Goswami and all that stuff, but not being able to manifest that mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Am I not telling you what the mercy? Am I not showing you what the mercy of Lord Chaitanya? Am I not glorifying the mercy of Lord Chaitanya? Is not the mercy of Lord Chaitanya being transmitted to you because of your faith in this uncommon preaching? Even though Gohari's opinion differs from everybody, but those who are getting faith in this, look, you're having experiences. What is that? God is confirming, right? I can totally relate to Tom, what Tom is going through. I was like this, wanted to escape this place, never had any liking for it. Not that I like it now, but I understand now that being in association, we don't really need to change physical circumstance as long as we have full faith in here and come here. We will understand slowly that we are already part of the pastime. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you want to escape this is how you escape it. You escape it in consciousness, transformation. You get the mercy of Guru, then you get the mercy of Krishna. And that mercy of Krishna is, there's no problem for him. He gives himself to you, and then because he has no problem, you got no problem. He doesn't feel he needs to escape. He's because people need to escape through him, through the Lord, through a relationship with the Lord, and you got that. Then all you do is you use this time to do what Lord Chaitanya did, was relish mellows and become so intelligent because of that, so logical because of that, so happy because of that, such an example because of that you make an impact on the world and actually deliver people into that Goloka Vrindavan, to Mayapur, the real Mayapur, not the big deity Mayapur, and the big external temple Mayapur that's sinking over there in a swamp. They built it in a swamp. So heavy. See? No, the Mayapur of the Lord being inside you, see, and living in you, the love of Krishna, the love of God inside you, building that temple. Where's there to go? Where do you need to escape? You just do what Krishna does, utilize everything for his service. So anyway, this is a microcosm of what's going on in Vaishnavism. And the difference is people are getting through those obstacles. Those principalities are blocking people's way in Vaishnavism to get to the real Vrindavan. Sahaja means Bhutana. Sahaja means Kalya, preaching speculations about Vrindavan. Preaching speculations on the path to Vrindavan. It's like austerities and renunciation and fastings and all of that, which is not the path to Vrindavan. The path is Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Whoever has it, they're the path. What they say is the path. What they show and demonstrate is the path. And if you listen long enough, attentively, you will get that. And you'll realize there's no better path than an example of Vrindavan, that God is actually living in them. Krishna and Radha, the love of Krishna is inside them, manifesting outwardly so that you can learn by example. The Supreme Father and Mother is Radha and Krishna as teacher. And only if they are authentically living inside somebody will you get over Putana. Will they kill Putana, that obstacle? Will they obliterate Kaya and make you smart? Not a donkey, stupid donkey like the Johans and all these people out there. All those persons, donkeys. They won't admit their donkey intelligence. You Narayan Raj persons, you're donkeys, man. You know, you don't have the intelligence to come to devotees who have Vrindavan in the palm of their hands. You can see it here. You can there. So you're a donkey. You're less intelligent until you admit that. You'll never get into Vrindavan, the real one. You'll be faked out because those principalities cannot be surpassed except through the real devotee, the door. The door is the real associate of Lord Chaitanya. There's never been any other door to paradise like that. Jesus started this, man. He knew, he preached right. I'm the door. See, he was a representative of paradise, of the spiritual world. See, Lord Chaitanya also, Madhavinda Puri also, Nityananda also. See, they're always ecstatic, intimate associates of the Lord. So prove it there, you Narayan Raj devotees, or anybody. Prove that you've got a real relationship with the Lord. Otherwise, you're worth being abandoned. People should abandon you, man. You can't prove you got a fucking relationship with God. You can't see. What are people doing with you? Especially when this is around. You can see we got a relationship with God. But you can't see it until you get purified, man. You got to follow the process. Say, hey, man, you Narayan Raj people or ISKCON people, you want to move on, you better come here. And by regular class, I'll teach you the real Bhagavatam. By regular classes in Srimad Bhagavatam and by service to the devotees here, because we're preaching Raganuga, true spontaneous devotion you'll see here. Not anywhere else, nowhere else. We show you, we get some sahajas here who want to jump even here before they have, firm faith in Gurudev. And we have examples of people here who have that firm faith. Everything you'll see here, we got sahajas like Johan who jump over Guru. You can see everything here. You can see everything you're caught up in over there in ISKCON and over there in the Narayan Raj and over there in the Radhakund Babajis. Everything you can see going on over there because here it's going on and people get over it. That'll be your preaching, Tom. When you get over this, and then you can relate and you can see what's going on in the Narayan Raj group. They're trying to jump into Vrindavan before they even have faith in Shiksha Guru. For them, all of them, Shiksha Guru is manifested here. We prove it every day. We show it, demonstrate it, but they don't see it because they're all blind. That's what I see. That's what Prabhupada saw. Look at my God brothers. Look at their deeds. Look at they act. They act like materialists, in the guise of Bhaktivedantas, in the guise of Srila Bhaktivedantas. What is that saying? Prabhupada said, they're Putana. See, they're imitating representatives of Vrindavan, and they're not even residents yet. They got envies and jealousy and everything. That's not even Vaishnava. That's really third and fourth class Vaishnavism, man. That is really neophyte. And that's all I see in all of Vaishnavism now. One big neophyteness. Yes, Lalita, that I never did. But changing circumstances was always my focus, yeah. There are many degrees of ecstasy, more or less fake and more or less misleading. It is not only black and white. I need the help of association to overcome what I don't see. Exactly. See, the thing is, you can get the rays of a devotee. And that's all they are. They're rays. And then you think, oh, I'm so advanced. See, that's an anartha. That's what happens. Yeah, they may get the rays, That's what happened to the ISKCON gurus, actually. I heard one was saying, yeah, we were getting the rays from Prabhupada, and then we thought we were actually like him in gurus. And they put the Vyasa-sans up and everything. But then as their offenses increased because they were not really pure devotees. They were just getting some raise, and they were doing what Johann did. It gradually diminished into nothing, and then they just became more and more mundane, like Johann is. His preaching is very speculative and very material. It'll become worse. See, this is all in nectar devotion. They identified this 550 years ago, and we're re-identifying this again. First, I thought what CHD is doing is not my fight, not my war. Now I am starting to realize it is my fight. I am even getting angry where I was so-called neutral or so. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, exactly. Good. Yeah, see, that'll be your test of sincerity when you get through this obstacle, and then the Lord bestows the real realizations on you, not the fake ones. See, that's what I say. The difference here is you can get through these obstacles, but there you can't, because you need Shiksha, Guru, who has overcome these obstacles, and you can see they've overcome this. You can't see. Where's the Narayan Raj Guru now that's overcome this? Only if they chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion. See, that's overcoming the obstacle, and that I don't see anywhere. You see Shamarani chanting in ecstatic prema? I don't see any of the gurus. I told you I went to Vrindavan and I saw his highest gurus there. This lady, they think is the highest thing, and she's just a Vaidhi Bhakta. Nothing special. This is the special mercy of Lord Chaitanya. I'm advanced in Maya after millions of births. Yeah. Replying to Freddie, you are unbelievable, Freddie. Yeah. So you got to follow the process here. Attentive hearing, just like the book says. We go by the book, man. Not the ritual book, not the what do you call it? The rules and regulation book on the level of getting your body to do these things mechanically book. No. By the real Bhagavatam book. You devotees have not heard the real Bhagavatam out there in these groups. The real Bhagavatam began where Veda Vyas wrote that book because he said, look, I've been doing the Vaidhi Bhakti thing. I wrote the book on Vaidhi Bhakti. I did all these things, but my heart ain't satisfied. See? And so they haven't heard the Bhagavatam because they hear the Bhagavatam in terms of rules and regulations and ceremonies. But that's where the beginning of Bhagavatam began, was being disheartened by that. See? And those persons want to jump to Vrindavan and start to fantasize. And that's the Narayan Raj and the Radha Kumbhava. They want to fantasize. And what's the fantasy? Well, where are you there? It's as it is. Where's the ecstasy of Vrindavan, man? It was in Lord Chaitanya, it was in Nityananda, it was in their real followers. Where is that now in the Narayan Raj group? Nowhere to be seen. Where is that in the Radha Kumbha? Nowhere to be seen. Oh, well, they're holding it back. Well, where's the transmission of it if you're claiming to be Raganuga Bhaktas and teaching the path of spontaneous devotion? Where is that? Only here. And if they don't accept Shiksha here, they'll never attain it. You can't, you have to come through the door, man. The door is the experienced Vrindavan resident devotee who proves it. Simple, isn't it? Not so simple for them because they speculate. They fantasize. Oh, Vrindavan is. I'm in Vrindavan. That's all it is. Blah, blah, blah. Very blah. See, it shows in blah, blah, blah. It's a blase. You know, blase? Blase means bored. For a real devotee, blase. Blase bhakti, which is not really any bhakti at all. Blah, 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 blah. Speculation. See, no manifestation. Isn't that amazing? People believe in blah, 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 all these memorizations and everything, and they don't believe in this. The actual manifestation of ecstasy and praying and all its beautiful symptoms increasing all the time. They don't believe. See? Nobody has shown that but here. That's why our opinion is different from theirs. They can't show or demonstrate anything. See? We're in line, in line with the vision of the verses in the revealed scriptures. See, a great sage is not a great sage unless their opinion differs from others. See, our opinion differs from ISKCON, Gaudiya Smriti, Radhakam Babaji. But it doesn't differ from the opinion in the books. And when you hear here and you get purified by that hearing, you'll see that. And that'll give you great ecstasy. Because now you've been purified, and now that the love of God will awaken in you. So you can appreciate these things. See? They refuse to go through the purification. Just like Johann. They refuse. No, it's not about purification. No, I'm going to go on top of Guru. See, not under the guidance of Guru. No, I'm going to go on top of Guru. Because I never had faith in Guru. I have a different opinion than Guru. Therefore, these people are an illusion. See? Oh. Huh. Okay. So, although all human beings by their very nature believe in God, if they learn duplicitous logic through bad association from childhood, they gradually become overcome by that bad influence. See, I like Bhaktivinoda because he thinks deeply. See? So, although, many unfortunate people do not believe in God, for their eye of knowledge is closed. Because they cannot see the spiritual form of the Lord with their material eyes, they say that God does not exist. See, so first you have to have faith in the scriptures, at least to the level of knowledge. But that level of knowledge must mature into devotion, the eye of devotion. Otherwise, it's still futile. It's still material. You have a little pious faith in God. See, you're one of the four types, basically, that come to Krishna, to God. Krishna in that meaning is you can come to God like through the Bible or through the Quran or through the Vaishnava scriptures. You're one of the four types. You come with material motive. So the Lord says, you're pious. That's good. You come to me for your material goods. That's smart. That's good. They say that God does not exist. Just as a blind may not understand the nature of sunlight, atheists cannot believe in the existence of God. Although human beings by their very nature believe in God. If they learn duplicitous logic through bad association from childhood, they gradually become overcome by that bad influence. The result is that they start to disbelieve in the existence of the Lord. That, of course, is their loss. It is no loss for the Lord. See, and so anyway, you begin, so you learn that way. Many people may not, many people may not understand that God exists because they don't have the scriptures. They don't believe in the scriptures. So they become atheists in that way. But then there's a level of atheism because still you don't know the real nature of the Lord. The real nature of the Lord is not, he's not the Lord that his nature is the rules and the regulations of the Vedas and all of that. No, he's got a deeper nature, a more true nature, and that's spiritual. That's why, Jesus started this and said the Lord wants to be worshiped in spirit and in truth. See? In spirit and in truth. See? So in spirit is the soul. That's the spirit, the real spirit. Uncovered is the soul, and truth is the Lord. See, so the real spirit is this devotion. Wants to bring us up beyond this regulative devotional service by rules and regulations and ceremonies. That's external bhakti, and bring us to the level of worshiping with the devotion of the soul. See, by nature, that's the spiritual nature. It's not our nature to worship the Lord by rules and regulations, really. We just do it because that's the only way we can understand to approach the Lord. See, whatever a great man does, common men follow. So people follow the Moseses, the Prabhupads level of preaching. See, they were great men, and common men follow what they teach and what their role model. See? But what is the greatest man in this world? The greatest man in this world is one who has the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya. See, and then when that is manifest and manifested firmly in this world, that flag of that Lord Chaitanya's grace is manifested in this world. And then common men will begin to follow that. And they'll be delivered now. Otherwise, you're not delivered by rules and regulations, yet it is still a materialistic Vaishnava involved in external devotional service. It's external. It's outside. Okay? You're delivered by internal devotional service. See? Worshiping the God, the way the Lord worshiped, the way the Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya, Madhavinda Puri, Ishvara Puri. See, all part of that transcendental ecstatic family. Oh, where is that in the Narayan Raj group? Where's that ecstatic family? Oh, where's that in the Radha group? They claim to be hiding that eternal family, so nobody knows what it is or where it is, except here. Here's the only place you see where that eternal family is. Family of ecstatic, intimate, deep thinkers. Logical thinkers, the logic of God. Where is that? Where's the clarity of the Lord? Only with his real associates, his real intimate associates. Here and not there. Come on, man, wake up, Jeep Juggo. See, realize, a lot of people, See, realize, first I thought, what is doing is not my fight, not my war. Yeah, exactly. That you see, you're thinking differently. But actually, this is the way the Lord thought. He chastised a person with your mood. Wanted to be a peaceful sage. He told, and this is a revival of this revelation that was back then by Lord Chaitanya. He chastised Murari Gupta. And also, you could say, in a sense, he chastised Nityananda, but he didn't really. But he just basically made the same point, and listen now. Drop your notebooks and just fucking listen to this revelation. It's a good one. I'm listening to it. Murari Gupta, I came here to promote bhakti, man. I came here to show the highest form of worship. that hasn't been seen in 28 Divya Yugas. Kali Yuga to Satya Yuga 28 times. I came here to give this to the people of the world. And look at you walking around. This is not my fight. I'm just going to be, just, oh, you're such a nice person. You Vaidhi Bhakti. Oh, you gurus out there. You're so great. You greatly, misrepresenting the philosophy of true Krishna consciousness, misrepresenting the path and everything. And all the world is thinking you great. And I'll just agree. I'll just sit there and shake my head. Yeah. And Lord Chaitanya says, oh, this is the way you're going to serve me in this world, man? You got these realizations, you got this understanding, and you're going to just walk around and tolerate everything like a peaceful sage? You don't see the value, and that you need to open your mouth, you need to preach the truth? I don't think I'll see you for 10 million lifetimes. Yeah. And Nityananda, you're walking around like a peaceful sage. How are we going to accomplish our mission here, huh? If you just walk around, you should act a little more wild. Be a little more wild. Manifest Vrindavan. Manifest the consciousness, the attributes, the behavior of a resident of Vrindavan in this world. The ecstasy and the teaching how to get to it. Even to the lowest people, if they will accept, they will get. See, the lowest people, you out there, we're all the lowest people. See, the simple people, like a Fanny, look at this. She's getting Vrindavan. She's accepting the gift. She's accepting the gift as the association of those devotees. On top is the side of material fruits of traction. Bottom side is the side of the feet, the roots. It's more attractive for Lalita and Govinda Das. Yeah, that's a good realization. See, now you're getting it. Yeah. Chaitanya also came with the sword, just like Jesus. You remember the analogy, the story in there. Madhavendra Puri was ordered by Krishna. He says, I'm in the jungle. You got come with choppers and spades and cut me free. Hey, that what do you think that means? It's what's going on now. There's all kinds of jungle growth around the deity in ISKCONs and the Gaudiya Samiti. There's a jungle growth there. You come with choppers and spades, man, cut down that jungle growth. Otherwise, the deity is left encumbered by the weeds. What are the weeds? Hypocrisy, man. Claiming to be a Raganuga Bhakti and not being a Raganuga Bhakti. Claiming to be purebhakti.com, but there's no purebhakti.coming. That's a weed, man. Big one. You're a hypocrite when you're like that. You can't admit this is hypocrisy. Purebhakti.com, where's the pure bhakti coming? Yeah, we talk about purebhakti.com, right? We talk about pure bhakti here. We not only talk about it, you see the manifestation that the Lord is manifesting it here. His order is here. That's why I told you I got the order. We show you got the order. That's not just I had this one, the guru of Janardhan, I think, and Karuna. He was saying, yeah, I saw Krishna and everything. You believe that? That's why people don't usually, they don't believe in dreams. Yeah, and I told you also I had a lucid dream of Prabhupada coming, and Krishna came to my second disciple right there, right around the same time to bless this work. And Narayan Raj, I told him, yeah, he said, oh yeah, this is just a dream. Now I'm here for you to help you. And all I did was lose my awareness, my realizations. I just came and become a bland devotee like all those people, very bland. Forgot my point. What was my point? Oh yeah, manifesting this bhakti. Yeah. So here, this is why this is it. This is so whatever great men do. See, you're all becoming great men and women here simply by receiving the mercy that's here, and then people will start to common devotees, common man, common devotees, more or less the same thing. Still, common. There's a lot of common, the majority of devotee Vaishnavas are neophytes, just like when Bhaktivinoda said when he was here. They can't even understand these books. They cannot analyze deeply like we do because we have the real mercy of Lord Chaitanya. So the majority, whatever common men, whatever a great man does, you know what greatness now is in this time, in this age of Kali is? The greatness is those who have received the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and coming through the parampara system where it really is, and that place is here. That's where greatness is. That's where you will attain greatness. It is my Father's pleasure, Jesus said, to give you the kingdom, but that comes when you go through the door of the real kingdom. You open this door, Vrindavan will appear. And when you're as a common, you just admit you're a commoner there, Acharya Devs, all you gurus out there. You got to admit you're just common persons. You're common Vaishnavas. You're nothing special until the mercy of Lord Chaitanya manifests in you. Therefore, you got to see where greatness is. Otherwise, you'll never attain it on your own. You'll never attain it by your austerities that Narayan Raj preached. You'll never attain it and Radhakumbab, and all of you preaching that path. That's not the path of Lord Chaitanya. You got to go to an associate of Lord Chaitanya, an intimate associate. Lord Chaitanya has the power of that mercy of Lord Chaitanya, the power of that truth about Lord Chaitanya, the power of the real path, and you will be delivered then, and only then. If you don't get it in this cycle, even though we're screaming it from the rooftops, you got to get it in sometime. Otherwise, you don't get delivered, man. All your Vaidhi rules and everything, are futile because they didn't result in hearing the real message of Lord Chaitanya. See, Jesus came with a sword. That's the chopper. He went and he cut the jungle growth a little bit away. But this has to continue. There's a lot of jungle growth. As soon as a devotee leaves, all kinds of problems happen. Admitting will make their heart open for the mercy they find. They have to be convinced. You have to be convinced you're a fool, man. Without the mercy, Lord Chaitanya, you're a fool. If you claim to be a Vaishnava without the mercy of prema, ecstatic love, you're a fool, man. You can't be smart. That's what I noticed. I was in the Narayan Raj group. Their ideas and their realization they're very not clear because of the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Not even logical. You're preaching the opposite. It's by, Lord Chaitanya said it's not by austerities, renunciation, and pious deeds and regulative devotional service that you attain Krishna Vrindavan. And they preached that. They preached It's through the mercy, it's through the ecstatic devotees here who chant the holy name here with great ecstatic devotion here, and only here in Vaishnavism. Prove me wrong, you can't. This doesn't exist anywhere but here is the existence of Lord Chaitanya's mercy. He preaches the opposite. It is by renunciation you attain Krishna. Therefore, you don't get it. The verse is God. The opposite is Putana, the imitation of the real Krishna, the real devotee, the imitation. Where's my hammer? Where's my gavel? See? Where's my sword? Where's my chopper? Where's my spade? I think it's the mouth, the tongue. I heard I was losing customers for my screaming and cursing and cussing. Oh well. What to do? You guys can go to Narayan Raj. You can go to, you guys that don't like the cussing. You can go to Jesus, Christians, and you can go to Muslims. You can go to the world. You can go everywhere, wherever you want to go, man. Yeah. I'll stay with my few friends here. That's enough for me, Yeah, if you want to be friends with devotees, then you can, we'll find out. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what are we doing this all in the name of preaching the truth? See, people they get they anthropomorphize. So you got to get through that. Otherwise, how are you going to understand the nature of devotees? It says Advaita Charya and the Vishnu Dutas. This is saying in the Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Lila. Advaita Charya, who had moods like this, how are you going to actually understand the nature of real devotees? And the Vishnu Dutas, when they come, it appears that they're like the people of the world. See? But everything they do is for the sake of Krishna. Yeah, people in the world get angry. Well, so do the real devotees. But the difference is people get angry because of the material body in the world, or their sense enjoyment is being interrupted. See? And the same thing. The devotees get angry when the spiritual body, because of the spiritual body. They get angry because their sense enjoyment is being interrupted. I have had this many times. Somebody in the mode of goodness even will come up and say, "Ooh, can you be a little bit softer? Can you can't you say this? And can't you say, fuck you, get the fuck out of here, man. I'm serving Krishna and you come with this mode of goodness. I'm too fucking loud. I should not talk about the real truth. I cannot talk about the real nature of devotees. Fuck you, get the fuck out of here." See? People see that in that attitude. And what is that? What? It's just, yeah. Hey, man, who's your fucking father, man? Is it the lion, Lord Chaitanya, who, made the elephantine offenses flee from the loud shouts of Lord Chaitanya? Oh, you can't handle it? Well, I guess you can't handle Lord Chaitanya, man. We're here to get you ready for that. You can go to the goody two-shoes of external goodness growl. You can go to whatever others will never. It's like Johann, who received mercy by using the Hoover noodles. What an illusion. The Hoover were noodles. Like he says, yeah, you see, I get no tomatoes. Look at Lolita. She gets all these tomatoes, man. They call her demon. They call her this, and they're envious of her and all that. And I get nothing. Yeah, I know, because you're serving Putana, man. You're not polarizing. You don't have the potency of, if you're part of this family, what they did to Jesus, they'll do to you. If they respected your word, their word, if they respected Jesus's word, they'll respect yours. If they're against the transcendental potency of Jesus, Lord Chaitanya, or any devotee here in our Sangha who's empowered, they'll be against that too. That's their attraction, is their being against it. See, against. With this, fucking, I feel abused. See, if they learn duplicitous logic through bad association, see, duplicitous logic goes all the way into Vaidhi. It's duplicit, it's bad logic, like Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. We got a lot of Vaishnavas. Before Bhattacharya was converted into a devotee, he had bad logic, just like these ISKCON devotees. All of them, bad logic. You come here, you'll become a real devotee, and your logic will be clear and clean. You'll understand. What proves that we are on top of the Vaidhi thing. We're on top of that path. We're not subject to it. They're subject to this path if they want to be. You want to be a subject of this path? Subject, there's a king and there's subjects. Well, you want to be subject to this path of Raganuga Bhakti and spontaneous devotion that Lord Chaitanya brought here, that Jesus started? You want this? You want that Holy Spirit? You want that love of Krishna? You got to be a subject. You got to be subject to this path. That means you got to be underneath the Shiksha Guru who teaches it. Otherwise, you're not a subject. What are you a subject? Yeah, I follow the Raganuga kings. I follow the Vaidhi Bhakta kings. I follow the Moses path, I follow the Old Testament Vaishnavism path. That I'm subject to the rules and the regulations and all that. I'm a subject of that. I'm subjected to that. I don't want to be subjected to ecstatic love of God that Lord Chaitanya and Jesus brought, especially Lord Chaitanya. I don't want to be subjected to that. I don't want to be a subject of that. I don't want to be underneath that guidance. Too bad for you. You lose. Hey, man, this is the greatest path in the world. The love of Krishna set me free. Set me free from having to strictly follow this and that and to have to do all these difficult things. Gave me the highest understanding of the truth of God. It's given me everything, being a subject to the love of Krishna. And you guys are testifying too. Wow, look at you being a subject of a guru like this. Look what has given you. Extraordinary things. Lalita has what Narayan Maharaj didn't have. She can preach what Narayan Maharaj couldn't preach. And you guys are following. You should be following Lalita Ganga and Govinda. You Narayan Maharaj Guru, you should follow my disciples, man. You get a better result than there. Same thing with you Radhakund Babajis. Look at, you follow Lalita Ganga, you get that kind of result. Follow what they do. Follow what they preach. Look at my ex-wife. She followed Anantadas Babaji, and she is still in the false ego. She thinks that it is appropriate to teach Raganuga Bhaktas like Lalita something. See? She's still caught up in the Sarvabhauma obstacle, who wanted to preach to Lord Chaitanya and his devotees. He thought he knew better, just like her and everybody else out there. You're all caught in those obstacles. See, somehow or other, whoever is convinced that that the rules and regulations are subject, that path of Vaidhi Bhakti is subjected to this path. Otherwise, you'll never transcend Vaidhi, man. If you don't see this path as more powerful than that, stuff that you're following there, that external Bhakti, look at my face, external Bhakti, external. If you don't look like that, oh Lord, man, my heart, Veda Vyas, my heart, I taught the rules and regulations, I followed them, and my heart is still unhappy. If you're not like that, you're not worthy to hear the real Bhagavatam, because that's where the real Bhagavatam starts. That's why only a devotee who preaches the real Bhagavatam can liberate you from the ignorance of not even understanding the Bhagavatam, the essence. Because they're still teaching rules and regulations. And Veda Vyas said, God, teach me something deeper there, Lord. My heart ain't happy. And then the ecstatic devotee Narada Muni came and said, oh, all these things in Bhagavatam. If Johann listened to Maharaj with complete, sincere surrender, humility, and greed would have increased in Raga. Exactly. He didn't listen, did he? You could always tell. You know how, I would speak and he would always think, I got to say something. See, because, my opinion. I got to get my opinion out there. It's different than that. Couldn't wait to speak. See, in other words, he needed more purification because too much in there, and he didn't acknowledge. He didn't want to. No, my opinion is right. No, being on top of Guru is the proper way. You see, they always teach, Narayan Raj and all of them, they teach the opposite of the real truth. No, it's by austerities. Even though the verses say the opposite, they believe in the opposite. So that means they're still caught up in the Putana obstacle. You see how that works? No. Go on top of Guru. That's the right thing. That's the proper path. See? That's why you see the Narayan Raj people don't accept here. See? Go on top of Guru. Go on top of Guru. The real Guru is actually here. The real Guru is the one who is the Guru of the devotee, the intimate associate of the Lord. They have the real Guru is spiritual master, is Lord Chaitanya, the spiritual master of the universe. And they can understand the teachings of Lord Chaitanya that come through his real devotees. These others can't. They need Shiksha. That line is false. It is the false line, the Narayan Raj line. It's false. See? This is the real line. Here we prove it's the real line. We show you it's the real line. If you can't recognize that, that's because you're in the false line and you have a different opinion. You think it's by austerities that Narayan Raj taught you and ISKCON teaches you and the Radhakunda. You think it's by austerities and renunciation, everything. And Gohari just comes and said, no, it's by the truth that sets you free. By the truth, the real way preached by the real intimate associates. Their opinion differs from all of you guys. But we get results because our opinion is aligned with the real God, and God proves it by giving you the results, the fructification of ecstatic love. See, it fructifies, it manifests. See, if we can clarify this path of Guru Tattva to the world, and people start accepting it, then you found the real path. See, you found the entrance into the real Vrindavan. We're there, man. If you're not there in this world, you can't bring anybody in this world there. And none of those people have proved that they're there except us. Because the Lord proves it. I can't do this on my own. That would be false ego. I would be fantasizing. We get people through that fantasizing. No, the Lord has to actually bring us there. Oh, okay. Let's bring the devotees up here. Oops. Let's see. So, whoever wants to come on, please do. Even if you don't want to come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's a great word. It's like fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck, oh, fuck. Oh, wow, fuck. This is great. See, come on is the same thing. Come on, come on, come on. Look at this. All at once, two, all at once. Let's see it. It was Noodles. It was almost a tie, but Noodles made it faster because she's the first one there. Can you see that too, Lolita? How you were second. Still second. Noodles beat you. It's amazing. Because of that, she gets to share first.
I have nothing to really share, Maharaj. I just want to be here. But there's, but when you were talking just now, before you asked us to come over, it occurs to me that it's difficult for people to be because from young age we are taught to be independent. We are taught to be to compete and
just
yeah.
okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I had to.
Yeah. No, it's like we are conditioned completely the other way around, It's like right from the childhood, we conditioned so that it actually gets tricky to get mercy. It We need to reverse program what we are actually have been taught all the time, not to take orders. You don't have to be anybody's subordinate. You have to be independent, work your way through, work hard, compete, and all of that. Absolutely the other way around. We can't bring in the same logic here, right? Here it is it works the other way around. The lower you are, the better it is here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's the opposite way is you preach the way of the world. The way of the world is you got to do it on your own strength. That's why the Vaidhi level was given up by the Christians who really realized, oh, it's all in the word, the message, the good news that Jesus brought. It's all, see, God delivers by the word. He delivers you the message. If it's Vaidhi, that's all you get, man, through his devotees like Moses or Prabhupada. But if the deeper level, he delivers you to the next level by the word. See, it gets you through another layer of ignorance. The Lord has to work through increments. Because look, even Vaishnavas still, they believe in Vaidhi, most of them, right? They don't come here, right? Because it's not for them to get this yet. But some do. See, we get the jewels, the ones who are ready to be delivered. Like a noodles. We get a noodles here. And a funny. What a great team you guys are.
Yeah.
But also in the world, we always depend on somebody. We work, but we need our salary. We have a boss. We work for somebody. We have customers. We have the idea that we are independent, but we are not. We
Yeah,
depend on social security. We depend on our parents for years, later
yeah,
on
yeah,
our husband, on even our kids. We depend on their love. Uh,
yeah, yeah,
they need to have good results in school, otherwise we had no success in life. We are never actually independent.
yeah,
That's a worldly idea. But yeah, it's
yeah,
always better that you don't depend on other persons, because if they want to suppress you, you can, if you're independent, you can leave that place, and you say, okay, I choose something else. But
Yeah.
with the Lord, it's so great to know I depend on you, and I can depend on you for always and always, because I trust it for
Yeah.
1,000%. I can depend on you. This
Yeah.
is really, really
Yeah.
good. This is good to depend on you.
Yeah,
That's
see, we can't get off of our dependent nature. We're naturally dependent beings. This is our nature. We're dependent on the Lord. So, in the world, it shows up you're dependent on the modes of nature. It's you motivated. A fruitive worker. They get up in the morning and say, "Oh yeah, time to go to work, man." See, they're dependent on that energy. Otherwise, they'd have no motivation. A person is dependent in the mode of ignorance on, they like that, this is their and then there's dependent on the mode of goodness. Oh yeah, rules, I got to get up, I got to do change the deity's clothes, and I got to do this program, that program, and or whatever. You could be a scientist, you do regulated things, and you do in the mode of goodness, and it motivates you. See? But the devotees of the spiritual level, potency, are dependent on another level, that's transcendental potency, which is in the name. And like when we chant and we talk about Krishna, we're dependent on this relationship with the transcendental God. Okay? Not his modes of nature. That's archaic, that's how you get free, but you're always going to be dependent. Look at Mother Yashoda. She is maintaining Krishna in Vrindavan. But who is really maintaining Mother Yashoda? See, her love for Krishna in that Ras is maintaining her. That's why the Lord appears as a child. My devotee loves me, and this is one of my eternal manifestations is a baby, and I have to maintain my devotee because their love for me is what maintains them. This is what you learn as a real devotee: we're dependent on the love for the Lord. We're maintained by that. I cannot, without love for the Lord, I cannot preach. I cannot share these things. I cannot realize anything good. It's all because of being dependent on the love of God. But it's wonderful, isn't it? That's our witness. Are we doing? Hey, man, come to this path, man. It's fantastic, man. Oh yeah, most people will misunderstand you. These gurus will misunderstand you. But so what? Who cares? I'm happy. Never been so happy. It's been so free. They can't control me, man. Narayan Raj can't control me. Yeah, he doesn't. I'm controlled by the love of devotees for the conclusive truth. That's what controls me. I mean, I surrender to Rupa Goswami, the real one. I don't surrender to Narayan Raj's teeth. No, it's inconclusive. That's the idea. When I preach, hey, wait a second, you're preaching the opposite. It's by austerities and all this stuff that you attain. I'm sorry, I can't surrender to that. No, I only surrender to the conclusive truth of the way it really works. I surrender it's through the devotees who chant the holy name in great ecstatic devotion. That's the door. I can't help it that the shoe fits here too, that, but that's the truth that I surrendered to. I guess Prabhupada and Krishna felt they needed somebody like this crazy Gohari. Because that's the way, if it's okay, it fits here, but it also fit with you. People will listen to you if they're a little purified, or Krishna gives them the right realization, because it's through the devotees who are getting ecstatic, man. It's by your witness. Look out how many people came to those smelly fishermen, right? The smelly fishermen and that tax collector, Matthew. See, after Jesus. See, because of their love, their awakened love for God. See, that's the door. They became the shepherds of the real path. And hey, you think we're it for the real Vaishnavism? You know, it started with a small group of fishermen, right, and tax collectors. Here it starts with a small group again. They got all. See, this is kind of a war, playful war. You know, here we got our little small group. You know, the real Krishna, and he likes to do with the underdog thing, just like the Arjuna had the small army. You know, he gave the big army to Duryodhana. Oh, I'll take the buildings, I'll take the warriors, I'll take the machines and all that stuff. But who won the war? Huh? Arjuna and the small army, because they had the real Krishna. Who's going to win this war? You got the small army again. What, 16, 18 people coming? Acharya Dev must have 100 or 200 people at his lectures. Okay? But because Krishna's challenging them through us, we'll win the war. Right? Because the Krishna is more, the truth is more powerful. People want to be free, and really in their heart of hearts, they just don't understand how to be free. You got to teach them, right? Right, Noodles? We got to teach them how to be free. You got to teach them how to be
I can
free.
feel that so much, Maharaj. When you loosen the control, like it still happens. I'm not there fully yet, but when something doesn't happen at work, or when things, I'm like, I get agitated for a minute, but then I'm like, all right, I'm not in control. I'll just calm down. Whatever will happen, kind of a thing. It still
Yeah,
comes, but when I say that, and then when it's, I could never do that. I could never do it. Cannot be done artificially. I used to try that. It
yeah,
never
yeah,
used to, but now it just happens, and I feel so good. It's like, and yesterday it happened. I mean, we were just watching something over the TV, and that guy, he was talking. He was like, you can't ask God, you can't depend on God for everything. You have to put in your effort. You have to do 99%, and then maybe you can ask him for a percent, as if it seems like you try to think you are greater than that, right? That's when you talk like that. I'm like, why the fuck? Why can't we actually ask him to do the entire thing for us? What's wrong with that? It doesn't make you, I mean, I don't know. I kind of, yeah, like this. It's more, the more you depend, the more free you are and more powerful you become. It's so counterintuitive. We actually think, dependence makes you powerless, but no,
yeah,
here it actually increases your power
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know
and
that
freedom.
codependent. You know the codependency thing, or the enabling thing in psychology. They say it's bad because, see, the thing is, whenever you're enabled by a person in Maya, or when you're codependent on a person in Maya, that you're weak. You become weak because the person is in Maya. They're also weak, and you become weak and weaker, actually, because you give your power over to them. And often it's to a person who is definitely even usually worse than you, or just as bad as you. And so you're weak. But now, when you're codependent on the Lord, you become empowered. That's it needs to be sorted out. And when people
Yeah,
get that, they have to see that. They got to see somebody that's different. That's why a great sage is not a great sage unless their opinion differs from others, because most people are not realized. We have to show you that you're not realized there in ISKCON and Gaudiya Samiti and Radhakund. We got to show you this is what real dependence on the Lord is. This is what you get, the fruits of real realizations, deep realizations, deep understanding in the vision of the real scriptures, and deep logic, and everything is uncommon, and especially the ecstasy, the devotional mellows that Lord Chaitanya brought. You get to see that again, and none of them can show that. See, this is all being dependent on the real Lord, dependent and having a real understanding of the real conclusions in the Vedas. That's why if they want to know them, they have to come here. Otherwise, they will be wimps. They'll
yeah.
be.
I mean, I think
Go
it
ahead. Go ahead.
becomes it becomes pretty evident as well when they look at you, and when they think they have got the right thing and they're depending on that, compared to what we have here. If you actually draw parallels, it's pretty much evident. If they just look at us, you
Yeah,
can see that we've got the real thing and they don't.
they
And
don't.
it's and yeah, I mean, it is like it's becoming so obvious to me that I cannot stop I'm like, can't you see it? It's so obvious. But then I
Yeah.
take a step back and think, yes, I was also there. I couldn't see it all these years, could I? It was just like a month or two since I started feeling all
Yeah.
these years I was like a blind dumb ass. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but you
It's
see, and that's when you start preaching, other people will start seeing too, because they need to see the role models. And to do that, you have to be truly empowered to get through the Maya, because Maya's going to throw all these things at you and try to get you, like weaken you, like, oh, who are you? You're just a woman, man. You should be shut up and just be well, why don't you just wash the clothes and clean the house for Fani,
oh,
man?
I'm
How
doing that
you
too.
yeah, you should not say anything. That's for the men to do, right? The Indian thing. What are you doing there? What do you know? You have no knowledge. No knowledge. Johan has the knowledge, right?
Mhm. Johan.
Right there, Lalita. Johan has the knowledge, right?
Yeah,
Freddie and
but
Yes.
Freddie and Johan have the knowledge.
Noodles is a wife of a Brahmana. Don't forget that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah.
She
She's a
has
wife.
this background, and all those Eastern teaching. Now it becomes real. Everything she heard her whole life that didn't say anything to her, now it's going to become alive.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you came to the cowherd boys. See, you came to the cowherd boys, and so then you're going to bring love of God to Fani, just like they did to their Brahmins. So you got
So
a
he got
Brahmin
me here.
husband. Yeah, she's going to bring love of God. See, we got to reenact the pastimes again. Yeah, so see, she went to the cowherd boys, and she didn't believe in the Brahminical way was enough. So she's going to the cowherd boys, gets love of God, the ecstatic, drunken state, and brings it back to Fani. See?
We are not making you a demon, Fanny. We are glorifying noodles. That's something else.
Why are you making me a demon? No, wait, that's not a demon. No, you're a Brahmin. Yeah, no, it's just a play. It's just a play. Play your role, Fani. What do you have a problem with it? Why are you rebelling against playing the role? You know? This is a play, right? Lord Chaitanya would do plays with the devotees, and look at this Fani. He wants to rebel against the role. You know, play your role, man. Otherwise, we got to get somebody else to do the part of a Brahmin. See, we got Johan playing Putana and Kolya and the donkey demon. Go ahead.
Actually, all men are like that. Here in this
Yeah,
sangha, and yeah, I can't help it. If you have a partner, they will revolt unto you.
yeah,
Who the heck are you? You have no knowledge. You are lower than me. It's
yeah,
always the same situation.
yeah.
I
Oh, and
went to
Fani,
He never did that to me though.
no, no. Fani is not a demon. What is it? Why do you say you're a demon?
yeah. He
Actually,
is
you should accept. I mean, you're not really a demon, but I consider myself coming from the demon class personally. I come from the very low birth. But the main thing is to have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And when you feel it, doesn't matter, any role. Of course, you're favorable. Don't worry about it. You know, don't get into it.
I gotta go get him now.
But at least you don't at least you don't want to be unfavorable. Yeah. This reminds me of the Jesus pastime when Jesus said, "There's going to be one person who betrays me," and everybody looked around and they said, "Jesus, is it me? Is it me?" They weren't sure. Is it me? No, it's not you. It's not funny. No. Yeah, yeah. So Lalita. Oh yeah. Oh, look at Vrinda. Wow, she looks just like you now. She looks like a combination of noodles and funny. I guess she is a combination. You have that. Wow, look how big you are. You were so small when I saw you last.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Boy, your hair is so long.
Thanks.
Yeah. Do you like our classes?
Huh? You like our classes? Yeah.
Yeah.
You want it?
Yeah. She's still a bundle of energy.
Yeah, she is. You bet.
Bye. Yeah. Freddie, give us a word.
What can I say after such a lecture?
What was it, good or bad or in between, or what would you say? What's your analysis?
It's always good, of course, and it's always a reminder of the real truth, of the real guru. And yeah, when you went into this explanation of the lower paths which are available in the Vedas, and if you scrutinizely investigate all these paths, then you can see that those paths are very, very difficult. If you want to go into Gyan and you have to study all those Vedas, it takes many years to study all these Vedas. And what will you gain from it ultimately? At best, maybe you come to Brahman level of realization, but you never can get this prema bhakti in that way. And also these other paths, when Krishna was explaining all the paths to Arjuna also said it's not very realistic, especially now in Kali Yuga. Don't you have something more easier? And then Lord Krishna started to talk about this bhakti, and yeah, it starts with shravanam, hearing, and that is even difficult for conditioned souls in Kali Yuga to listen properly. The mind is so restless and so flickering, and to get to the real message in, it takes time, and we can see this also here in this sangha, how long it can take that people stay confused and try to become functional and try to find their priorities. No offense to Tom. But gradually, when the clouds go away, then the sound is coming in better and better, and it has to go to the heart, and it has to do so much purification, and that's what I realized after 7 years here in this sangha, how much it takes, to take the jungle growth away and to take all these anarthas away, and then the biggest layer of all this false ego, all these false identifications. So it's not that you say, oh, snap, and now I'm a self-realized soul, and I know everything about Krishna, and I have the deepest emotion immediately, and let me artificially visualize Radha and Krishna, and then I feel something, but it is probably on a material level, and then I think, wow, now I am so ecstatic, but it's often a kind of a sahaja show. And that all has to be weeded out, because when Radha and Krishna really enters into your heart, you cannot misunderstand. It's a real feeling of the transcendental world, and you cannot compare it with any emotion from this material realm. It's completely different. And therefore, this cleansing of the Konditcha temple, yeah, we have to become a walking temple. And Lord Chaitanya and Radha has to do this weeding every day by coming to sadhu sangha and listening carefully and not making too many notes. That is the study phase. When I studied Prabhupada, I made a lot of notes, writing down, but I never memorized verses. I always wanted to try to capture the essence of the message what Prabhupada brought. But
Right.
still, if you don't hear it, again, it's going somewhere in your mind, in your intellect, and you automatically start speculating. That is the nature of a conditioned soul. You cannot do other than speculate about the absolute truth.
Yeah.
And only
Yeah.
when your spiritual body is reviving and you start to experience things with your spiritual body, with your spiritual intellect, then you start to understand what is the real truth. So
Yeah, I
this,
mean, if
yeah,
devotees want to make advancement in these other groups, they have to come through this sangha here. I don't see any other way they can do it. They have to get through these obstacles by coming through the devotees who are on top of them, on top of the obstacles, and they kind of pull you through, by the real knowledge. That's how Arjuna. See, Arjuna came to the point. He realized the path was to hear these confidential truths. See, Krishna kept saying, I'm going to give you more confidential knowledge and more confidential knowledge because you're my devotee and my friend. You see the disciplic thing. And this confidential knowledge becomes very attractive. The Arjuna found the attractive path. That's the attractive to the confidential knowledge of the absolute truth. And that's it, man, is basically loving the word, the true word. And that's the path that Arjuna learned. He realized, oh, this is it. It's just loving God's word, man, because it's God. And that's the idea of chanting. You love that name. Literally, it awakens spontaneous love in you. So that's proof that the person is the real guru. If they've attained that stage, they've overcome Putana. They've overcome Kalya. Because you cannot attain this stage by speculating, Kalya speculation. She poisons the Harikatha. See, and that's the thing. That's why if you hear faithfully from a real person used by the real Krishna and hearing these confidential things, then you get into it. You go into this level. There's no other, that's the door. It's always been the door and always will be the door, is the real devotee with this real message of the Lord. Go ahead, Freddie. You're muted.
sorry.
Continue.
Yes, this path feels the most natural for the soul. It makes it easy. That's what I experience, and all the rest. If you look what Buddhist monks do, when they sit for 14, 15 hours in a cell, and they have to, uh, focus on what is coming into their minds. And if they get bodily pains, they all have to tolerate it. They have to empty their mind in a kind of an artificial way, or they have to meditate on something which is completely impersonal. They cannot really visualize what it is, and they do all kinds of meditations which are so difficult for a human being. And only some exceptional souls can do this. In India, you have also yogis who sit in the Himalayas. They are levitating there, and they are with a cloth loin, and they're sitting just above the snow. They can control their breath, the in and outgoing breath. So, but it is for very, very, very exceptional souls. And Lord Chaitanya made it so easy now in Kali Yuga. Chant the holy name. Of course, the Vaidis also chant the holy name, but it's always in Nama Aparat. So that is the problem. And if you don't have the pure chanting from your guru that purifies your first, then you can gradually can come to the level of Sudanama. But that takes time, to produce transcendental sound. And that's why we need to hear very carefully to the pure Sudanama, which is produced by the real guru, like Shilagora Haridas, and many cannot see that. They cannot see this superiority of this chanting, of this message. And if you cannot see it, then you go against it. That's the nature of the false ego. If you don't recognize it, you go against it. You rise to condemnation and you start blaspheming the devotees. You start throwing tomatoes at Lalita and Govinda and our guru. That's just how it works. But that's also their purification, because the stuff is coming out from the moment you come in contact with superior divine energy. It brings out it brings out it brings out stuff. And that is the inner conflict we all have. We have demoniac tendencies in our being, and it needs to be uprooted. And Krishna is doing that. Lord Chaitanya is doing that. I feel that every time when I come in the stream, then the invisible Lord is doing something. And yeah, Lalita, I noticed that immediately. And that is the beauty of this process. The Lord is really taking care of our purification. If we just do the needful by coming here daily in sadhu sangha, and we listen carefully, the cleansing of the Kondicha temple is done very, very nicely by the Lord and by the devotees. That is what I feel after all those years. And it keeps on going. We are not aware what kind of shit and stuff is deep inside in our heart, in our mind. It takes
Yeah, I
patience.
can
It takes
totally.
patience. It takes patience, and it takes, you need to be very persistent to follow this path, and
And
then the,
it's
the
it's
results will come. The results, the results will come for sure. And it's like you often say, we have to follow the process. That's it. You have to follow the real process, and you have to go through the purification.
Yeah,
Nobody can
it can be
escape it.
heavy sometimes, though. I
Yes.
personally feel when it's happening, it's like you sometimes feel you might want to run away from it, because it is happening. You can sense it, right? And it is so heavy. I mean, God knows what packages we have, right? We come with the baggages and all that, so it's so heavy, and we can feel it. It alternates between me and Funny. Now I know he is going through purification. I can feel it these days. Earlier, I was not so sensitive to anything that's happening around. I can feel it, but it's tough when it's actually happening. It's yeah, it's like that. But when it happens to me, it doesn't happen to him, and when it happens to him, it doesn't happen to me. So it's like, we find a striking balance there. So it's I think if it happens to both of us, it might get tricky. It might be too much for us to take it, but yeah, it's like.
It's perfect. It's perfect the way things are working out. It's really nice. Yeah. Yeah. It's great. So yeah, see, every time Freddie comes up, Krishna gives him a little extra mercy. I like it. Great. Lalita, give us a word. This is, what's behind that smile?
I love it when I see Krishna grabbing Freddy.
That's what he does, kind of grabs him.
Krishna grabs you, there is no escape.
It is beautiful. It's really beautiful. It's so genuine. It's so genuine, Freddie. I love that. uh, yeah, and this for me, I heard Tom saying that for a long time he had this mood of this is not my fight, and I am so fortunately that from the first moment that I met you and and I heard your preaching, I hardly heard some words, but this was my fight immediately, instantly. This was my fight, and and unconsciously I decided I had to survive my whole life, struggle to survive. Now I'm gonna fighting to stay alive. This life is much more different than the struggling to stay alive, and stay your head above the water financially, and this is a fight that gives you so joy every minute of your doing it. This is so beautiful, and you get so much power because the power that you're giving is his power. It's not yours at all. It's
Yeah,
a fantastic mission. We are the soldiers of the Lord. We are those soldiers, not those fighty pactas. It's not by making noise in the street, not at all. It's really when you know why you are fighting for, truly deeply in your heart, I fight for the real true man. I fight for my guru. I fight for this mission because it's so beautiful and so strong, so life changing, so heart changing. Yeah, this is really a part that we need to advertise in the whole world.
yeah, it's advertising, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
but you gotta use the product yourself to advertise this. Otherwise, you can't advertise it.
you
Yeah,
can't
and it has
speak
to be,
about something you don't know. No.
yeah. Otherwise, you'll advertise the false product, the one that's not the real product. You have to. That's why the purification. You have to go through the purification in order to get the real product, and then we advertise the real product. And then it's beautiful. Even though people don't accept, they will, gradually. The ones that Krishna wants in this cycle, you know. Eh, Not everybody accepts in the particular cycle. Look how many Christians after 2,000 years of Jesus, and they finally get it. Yeah,
Yeah,
so it's just the way it is. Whoever Krishna wants in this cycle will get. We're preaching, we're sharing,
yeah.
and
You never asked us, bring me devotees, as many as possible. You never
yeah.
said that. You said, I want dear most friends. That's all you want. But you never asked us, go and search some. They all came by themselves.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Those that Krishna calls. Yeah, and the others we scare away with a few F words.
Eh, eh, At that note, I have to Maharaj, I know they say Guru finds us, but for me, I think I have not like before marrying. Funny, I didn't know all of this. I knew I wanted I just had this thing that I wanted somebody with spiritual inclination, but I didn't know what it meant at all. But I knew, for me, being spiritual was being religious. That's what it was, But I knew I wanted something out of this life, and then he got that thing for me, right? And he was the one who introduced me to you as well. That's one thing which I keep like when we talk about cowherd boys and Brahmins, and Prabhupada say there's this thing which I used to hate it initially, when Prabhupada used to say you have to be devoted towards your, devotee of your husband, or subordinate to your husband, kind of thing. I used to think, why should I be doing that? But now it makes sense. It's easier to do that if your husband is a true devotee, right? If he can get himself a real guru, he will give that to you, and that means you're devotee of a devotee, which means you're situated in a better position than he himself is.
Mhm.
So that's something which I have realized just before, all this has started. I have told him, if there is anything that you have given me so far and is like the best, that's giving me Guru Maharaj. There's nothing else you could have given me, and you can't give me anything better apart from that.
Mhm. Yeah,
I
yeah. I
can do
mean,
that.
this relationship is the whole purpose of this preaching is to awaken this relationship with the Supreme Lord, and this is our natural position of empowerment. It's not like you train with the guru so you can solo with the plane. See, the Lord is the plane, and you're the pilot, or he's it's hard to tell, so you're kind of a little bit of both together, and you're flying around. So it's all to become solo, but not really solo. You have the Lord as your plane, and
Co-pilot.
yeah, it's like you work together with everything. You decide together on everything. Yeah, it's great. The Lord likes to work in relationship. He doesn't want to just do it alone. That's why the Yoga Maya makes this relationship. That's why it doesn't work out perfectly in a world, because most people are devoted to the material energy, and it weakens you. This strengthens you. And that's why the strength of sadhu sangha is what we have is so rare, and after a while, this is where the birds will nest in sadhu sangha with real devotees who have real bhakti. I mean, you're not going to find a more solid situation than that. This is why it's so powerful. Yeah. Hey, I need to go now. I need to do some prescribed duties, and one is go to the bathroom. And okay, so anyway, we had a good time. Great sadhu sangha program. Sorry, Tom. At least you got to get up here. We'll give you a chance later, next session. But duty called.
I wanted to test the sound, but that's all.
Yeah. Okay. Sound is working. Okay. Great.